So I'm the head of operations at Decorum Vintners, and we're a small independent wine merchant. We import 90% of our products, and we focus on our fine wine regions, but the small producers within those fine wine regions. So very family-based, very small scale, but amazing wines. So I do a bit of everything. It's a very small team. So in terms of the everyday, I do what's needed. So I help get wine from A to B, from the front end, so transporting it from the domain itself to us, and then from us to the customer. So both sides of that, and also dealing with the reserves and storing wine for everyone, which the hub's really useful for, actually. We love it. Yeah, so we did 20 years working off Sage. We just had Sage on its own. And we also made it our stock management system. So we did everything on this one package that was very much made for accounting in the first place. And we made it work. We built it. We built the process from the ground up very much, but it was very personal. And it did work. You can't say it didn't. It saw us through 20 years, but it wasn't precise. And there were errors that wouldn't happen if there was a specific method for doing certain wine related things. Like, wine is a very specific subject that needs certain ways of doing it. I think selling more in bond and understanding, like, keeping things for people was a big moment. So you can see people wanted to build collections because they understood that building a collection in terms of different vintages from the growers that they love and everything from that way up was a good way forward once they got into their fine wine at home during COVID. So I think we sort of thought about it a bit from then. Took us a while to act on it, but once we started on the website side of things, it also really made you look at the website side of things because you didn't have the in-person aspect, which the wine industry is quite focused on, and lovely so, like, it's coming back, which is great. But it did force a lot of people to adapt in terms of going online, sorting out their systems internally and externally, their front facing to the customer website, and also their internal systems for each other when you're not necessarily in the same room. So that was useful. Made a lot of differences, actually. So we used to really dread when people wanted to store wine, which isn't useful because it's a lovely thing for people to want to do with you. But in terms of the actual functionality of it, it was really hard for us when we didn't have a specialized system to do it. It was all manual. We had different spreadsheets for all of those different things. But now we've moved on to the hub. We actually have it so we can directly put things on. Someone buys it and it goes into their thing, and we can see that straight away, and we can add it all up accordingly, basically. So that's a massive difference. And also in terms of the different ways you sell wine, I don't think there's another place. I mean, there's lots of industries that do it in certain ways, but it is an industry where you sell the same product in lots of different ways. So to have the different methods and to have it integrated and built into the system, rather than just having to have your staff know how you're selling it and why this wine is going to this person at this price, to have it just on the system is so useful, and so useful in training other people. I've had someone come on since using the hub, and it's been really useful training her because she can just see it. It's on the system. She knows that that's there because of this.